All right, so today we're really diving deep
Yeah,
into the
okay.
world of language learning, specifically English.
Yes.
And we're looking at how to make practice a daily habit,
Absolutely.
even if you're busy.
Which, let's face it,
Yeah,
most of us are these days.
we all are, right?
Yeah.
So to help us with this, we have a snippet from a really interesting English learning podcast.
Oh, cool.
I think you'll like this one.
Yeah.
And they really emphasize this idea of like little and often.
I love that.
Yeah.
Little and often is such a good approach
Yeah.
because so many people think, oh, I've got to do 3 hours on Saturday.
Yeah. I used to.
And then you burn out and you don't do anything for the rest of the week.
Totally.
But if you can just build in 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there,
Yeah.
just a little bit every day, that's what really makes a difference.
Yeah, I think that's the key takeaway.
Yeah.
And in this episode, the podcasters talked about a bunch of different examples.
Oh, like what?
Things you can do,
Yeah.
like reading English articles,
Okay.
listening to music or podcasts,
I like that.
watching movies,
It's fun.
speaking with friends.
It's all good stuff.
All stuff you probably already do.
Right, exactly. It's about finding ways to make English part of your life,
Yes.
not something separate.
Not like a chore.
Exactly.
Or like, oh gosh, I gotta go study.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Yeah. And the cool thing is each activity works different skills.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like reading,
Right.
reading's not just about vocabulary.
Right.
You learn grammar,
Oh, for sure.
sentence structure.
Yeah.
You know, like how the language actually flows.
Yeah, you get a feel for it.
And you're more likely to remember words if you see them in context.
That's so true.
Like if you read a story about a mountain climber
Mm-hmm.
and you come across the word exhilarating,
Okay.
you're going to remember that word.
You'll never forget it.
Because it's tied to this image of someone you know reaching the summit.
And feeling exhilarated.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
like learning by osmosis almost.
Yes, exactly.
And then there's listening,
Yes.
like music podcasts.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's so good for like tuning your ear to pronunciation.
Intonation.
Like all little
The music of the language.
subtleties.
Yes.
And movies.
Oh, movies are great.
I know.
Because you get the visual context.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching a movie and someone says, I'm so frustrated,
Hmm.
you see their facial expression,
Their body language.
you hear the tone of their voice,
And you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
you connect the words with the meaning.
Yeah.
It's like learning with subtitle.
Oh, way more fun.
Way more fun, exactly.
And then they talked about speaking with friends.
Oh, that's so important.
I know.
Because it takes the pressure off.
Totally.
Like you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, you can make mistakes.
Exactly.
And that's actually something they emphasized.
Oh, really?
Like they said, making mistakes is part of the process.
That's so true.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great point. Because so many people are afraid to make mistakes.
Right, they get embarrassed.
But you got to embrace it.
You have to.
It's how you learn.
Yeah, it's all about having a growth mindset.
What's that?
It's the belief that you can always improve.
Oh, I like that.
That your abilities aren't fixed.
So it's not like I'm bad at English.
Right.
It's more like I'm learning.
Exactly.
I can get better.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, and with a growth mindset,
Yeah.
you don't see mistakes as failures.
But as
Agreed.
opportunities to learn.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Opportunities to learn.
So the podcast hosts shared their own practice plans,
Oh, cool.
which got me thinking.
What?
It's great to talk about these activities,
Uh-huh.
but how do we actually fit them into our lives?
Yeah, that's the real question, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're all busy.
We are.
So what did they say?
Well, they said to start small,
Okay.
like maybe read an article a day
Mm-hmm.
and listen to a podcast,
Yeah,
even if it's just for 5 minutes.
that's doable.
It is. I could do that.
You could all do that.
They could all do that.
Exactly.
And it all adds up, right?
It does those little actions. They build momentum. They create a habit.
So to wrap things up,
Yes.
I think the big question for our listeners
Yeah.
is what's one English activity
Just one.
you can commit to doing every day this week?
That's it.
What small step
Even 5 minutes
can you take?
to make English a part of your daily routine.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I'm going to think about that myself.
Me too.
All right, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.